You're watching CBT News official coverage of the New York Automotive Forum hosted by NADA, JD Power, and New York International Auto Show.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. We're out here at the Automotive Forum New York, hosted by NADA, JD Power, and the New York Auto Show. And I'm joined by Oliver Brodlieb, who is the chairman of the New York Auto Show. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule. You did a great job in opening up this event. So talk to us about this event that JD Power puts on along with the New York Auto Show.
Yeah, no, this is a great event. Obviously, very excited. 125. We're celebrating 125 years.
Wow.
At the Auto Show. And the Automotive Forum is great. I mean, listen, I always think it's the center of the universe, but obviously this year
it
certainly is.
Yeah, no question. Did I hear that they had electric vehicles in the first auto show?
That's right. It's come full circle.
Right?
So in 1900, it was all electric vehicles, and now we're coming right back.
That is unbelievable. Do you think there's going to be a special buzz at this year's show because of all that's going on and coming out of Washington with tariffs and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, certainly being an insider and being a dealer, every day I open up, I read the newspapers. It's a moving target.
It is.
I have concerns.
Yeah.
But the show it's a show.
Right.
People love automobiles. People love coming to the show. It marks the beginning of spring.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah. No question.
So you got Camp Jeep. Listen, growing up, coming to these shows since I was 3 years old, I would open up I would walk in, open up the doors. So I don't think I'm unique,
No, not at all.
And so I think people are excited.
Yeah, no question.
And and it's good for business.
Yeah, no question about it. The auto shows are kind of that neutral territory that allow OEMs to present their vehicles without consumers, and don't take this the wrong way because I love dealers and salespeople, but without getting badgered by salespeople in a showroom to say, you want to buy it now, you want to buy it now. The auto shows have really been able to uniquely position themselves as that neutral territory, right?
It works perfectly because now with digital retailing, to your point, not that many people want to go into a dealership and arm wrestle over price. What better way than to actually come into a non-threatening environment, sit in the cars, drive the cars, look at what's being exhibited, and then make their choice as to what they want to buy. So it really works perfectly for consumer behavior.
Yeah. How many brands do you have representing this year?
We've gotten a lot back. Stellantis is back in the show.
Okay, great.
They had Camp Jeep, but we have a lot of brands coming back.
Okay. Coming back from the COVID days, or
it was down, and we're getting the brands back.
Good.
So
good.
We're getting well represented.
Sure. This is an event that takes all year to plan, right? Do you start planning the next one tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is that what that looks like?
No, this is not a let's get started. No, this is every day is we're planning for the next year.
I bet. So talk to me, if I can, if you will, about the auto industry. You're a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer. They've had a tough go of it here in the last year. Where does it stand today?
Well, with tariffs, looking at where production is, and again, things can change. It's fluid. It's minute by minute. There's a lot of production in the U.S. So from an exposure standpoint, I think that they may leverage that. I think that some other manufacturers that we represent may be in a little bit more trouble.
Right.
So that's a concern.
Right. And you do represent, I should mention that you represent Volkswagen and Subaru, right?
Correct.
Although Subarus, I think 50 or 60 or 70% of them are built in the U.S., correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just the tariffs that are now on the horizon. There's also these mandates in the CARB states. So it seems sometimes like raining, dodging raindrops.
Yeah, of course.
So there are some challenges. And so, but we take it one day at a time.
Right.
As a dealer, we're resilient. The manufacturers are up to the task, and we'll see how it plays out.
Speaking of manufacturers, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about Volkswagen's Scout.
Yeah.
Got to be pretty mad about that, right, as a Volkswagen dealer?
Not happy about it.
Yeah.
Not happy about it. I believe in the dealer franchise system.
Sure.
We represent the brands in every community across the country. we employ people, we support families, and we're philanthropic. And Scout sort of flies in the face of that.
Sure, sure. Senator Bernie Moreno at a dinner last night that I attended said he feels very confident that that Volkswagen will change their direction on that.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. Have you heard anything like that?
Not yet. Not yet.
No,
but stay tuned. Hopefully, hopefully, right prevails.
Yeah, for sure. You know, March was an incredible month, as you know, in the auto industry. I'm assuming it was for you as well. Do you think? Could have been better?
Could have been better.
Could have been better, okay. Do you think that we'll see a kind of a groundswell of consumers saying with the president's attempt to level the playing field on tariffs that maybe we should buy American? Is that something that you're feeling or seeing in the showroom?
You know what? I think right now we'll see. I think there'll be some lift for people trying to buy cars before those tariffs take effect.
Sure.
I do think there'll be some, there'll be people that are going to want to support and buy American. But as I think everyone's starting to realize that all these parts and components, even in American cars, it's where these parts are sourced.
Right.
It's not just cut and it's not black and white.
Yeah, for sure. Oliver Brodlieb, thank you so much for spending some time with us here at CBT News. I'd love to get you in the studio one day and we could have a longer discussion about retail automotive.
We'd love that.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Appreciate it.